Hello, everyone. Welcome to TravClan's webinar. Thank you so much, every one of you, for joining us once again on a beautiful Friday evening here in New Delhi. And we have an interesting part two of this, interesting conversation with Atmosphere Hotels and Resort Group, all the way from Maldives today. So, those of you actually missed the first part of this conversation can check that out on our YouTube channel because that is live over there and you can check out the entire detail. This is the part two of the same conversation, and we are exploring some of the finest properties of Atmosphere Group with the expert himself. So let me just quickly welcome my dearest friend and the expert for today, Mr. Vignesh Mohan, the Senior Sales Manager at Atmosphere Hotels and Resorts, Maldives. Hello, Vignesh. Welcome back to TravClan's webinar. How are you?
Hello, Tarang. Very good afternoon to you and to all the viewers of TravClan and my partners. Um, I'm doing extremely well. It's been a great one last week from the time last we spoke last Friday
Yeah.
to now. Things have changed for good, I would say. In fact, I'm so happy to say that I just had a conversation with one of the client who got back from Varu by Atmosphere. So I'm so thrilled to share those details also in today's presentation.
Okay, that's actually very interesting to hear, and I'm sure the entire audience who is present over there or who's watching this webinar live today will be definitely looking forward to the second part of our interesting conversation about atmosphere properties. So I believe Vignesh, would you like to give us some heads up? What exactly are we exploring today? Which all properties, and definitely what is there to look forward to in today's presentation?
All right, sure. So over the next 1 hour, I'm going to share amazing jewels which I didn't speak the last time. Let's say from Ozan by Atmosphere at Madhu. It's going to be a five-star luxury, which we're going to discuss, followed by Varu by Atmosphere and Oblu Sangeli. So I'm going to be speaking about these three exciting properties today, and of course, give a little bit of knowledge sharing about what is happening in Maldives, how the process is working with regards to the arrivals, and of course on the way back, what's the scene with the PCR test. So I'm going to share that as well.
Okay. That's perfect. That's actually a very interesting piece of information that we'll be getting today in today's session. So before we proceed forward, let me just quickly announce for everyone that we'll be having a combined quiz of atmosphere hotels and resorts. It will be a quiz about from both the presentation, the first part and this one. Yet it will be a simpler one, I guarantee you. So yes, stay tuned for participating in the quiz and to win exciting vouchers from Atmosphere and TravClan till the end, right? So before any further ado, I think Vignesh, we should just start off with the presentation. So I would just request you to take it forward. Thank you.
Sure, Taran, thank you. Let me take over from you. All right. So I'm going to give a quick recap about what we spoke in the last session and take them forward with three more resorts, what I will be presenting today. So like I mentioned in the previous session, Atmosphere Group's philosophy is joy of giving. Um, the reason being Maldives is so very expensive, right? You go to a resort, you're so dependent on the resort from the time you land till the time you depart. So as an AQ, you can't even get your beverages into Maldives from India or any destination for that matter of fact. So you're so dependent, just not on the beverages, not on the food, but on the activities and excursion, including a spa. So for us in Atmosphere Group, it's everything is joy of giving from the time the guest lands till the time they depart. So it's basically, if you say, are you an all-inclusive resort? I would say yes. At the same time, no, because all-inclusive would generally include your speedboat transfers, your accommodation, food in a not as a specialty restaurant, in an all-day fine dining restaurant. But for us, your premium beverages, just not restricting to the bar, it's also the specialty restaurants. Because you go to a specialty restaurant and have a dine on a full board, for example, you end up spending for a bottle of water. But हमारा में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Everything is part of the plan, okay? Including in villa beverages, like for example, like last time I was speaking about Oblu Elengeli, even in the 4-star we give beer, soft drinks, and And then imagine about the 5-star luxury and the 5-star leading resorts of Atmosphere Group. We extend beer, we extend snacks, wine. Even the time the guest stays in a water villa with pool or a beach villa with pool, you get 2 bowls of spirits during the experience. So that's joy giving, right? Including your excursion, activities, and the time the guest stays for 4 nights, you get a spa part of the guest, one experience each. And it's not like a 10 minutes or 20 minute car. It is good 45 minutes in Oblu Elangli and good 60 minutes in my other resorts. So that's the beauty. So it is joy of giving. And anytime you travel with us, you would not find a right hand side of the menu. हम किधर भी जाएंगे हमारा टेंडेंसी होता है कि राइट हैंड साइड ऑफ द मेन्यू देखने के लिए हमारा ऐसा कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है. And I have seen in the last couple of months that there are good families, like good friend circle, who want to combine and go and stay, right? This is going to be the beauty. So imagine, like, you don't want to have a tab on the check, you don't want to sign wherever they go. Imagine the kids walking into a ice cream parlor and have ice cream or juice, and अरे यार क्या पी लिया, कितना पे करना, वो सब दिक्कत है ही नहीं है. So it's everything is part of the plan. So I always say it's हम लोग दिल से देते हैं in any of my Atmosphere Group as such. Okay, so like I explained last time, we have 6 resorts under Atmosphere Group. The new jewel to be added in the crown of Atmosphere is Ozen Reserve Bolifishi, which is my 5-star ultra luxury property, followed by Ozen by Atmosphere. It is my luxury resort as well. I'm going to speak much in detail about that. And we spoke last time about Atmosphere Kanifishi, which is my 5-star leading resort. And we're going to cover Varu by Atmosphere and Oblu Sangeli as well in today's presentation. And the only 4-star superior resort what we have is Oblu Helengeli. And the beauty of Atmosphere Group, if you notice, out of my 6 resorts, only one is Atmosphere Kanifishi, is a seaplane resort. So rest is all a speedboat. So we have a good option for Indian clientele who are hopping a couple of flights, especially at this in this current situation. So we have good 5 resort option in the speedboat category. And of course, Kanifishi is my first resort under Atmosphere Group. So that's a seaplane operated resort. Good. Let me take you to Ozen at Madhu. So Ozen by Atmosphere at Madhu is a good 40 minutes from Malé International Airport, and it's being a luxury resort. It need to have a certain charm to it, right? So first and foremost, as soon as the guest arrives in Maldives in the Malé International Airport, if there be a requirement for the speedboat pickup to be done, we have a lounge at the Malé International Airport where the guests can experience during the wait hours. That's one. Secondly, it is any time of the day of arrival. During the last session, someone asked me what is the speedboat timing. So for in Ozen, for example, any time of the day of arrival, let it be even midnight. There is a Singapore Airlines flight which arrives in the midnight. So even that is been taken care. So there is absolutely no problem with the timing. So that's one of the key factors why we say it's luxury as such, right? In Ozen, we have 90 villas, including overwater villas and beachfront villas as well. It has 5 restaurants, including your bars. It has this underwater restaurant. So whole of Maldives, if you see, Ozen is the only resort which gives an underwater restaurant option and experience by speedboat. There is no other resort which gives this facility. So that's a brilliant option for a 5-star luxury. And I mean, anyone who travels to Maldives, I mean, don't you want to get under the sea and have a meal, right? It's a beautiful experience one could experience. And I can tell you even that is complimentary. So that is joy of giving for us. There is absolutely no additional charges for someone to dine in an underwater restaurant. Spa, your beverages are very premium, and that's a category of villas what you can see. So we have, again, a very simple concept. We have earth villas, so we call it a earth villa, a beach villa, earth villa. So we have earth villas, earth villa with pool, earth pool pavilion, which is your family 2-bedroom villas. We have wind villas, 24 units. We have wind villa with pool, which is again 24 units, and Ozen Residence, which is a 3-bedroom overwater villas. There are very few resorts who would give you an option of overwater with 3-bedroom villas, right? So Ozen is one among them. So that's the resort features and facilities. Like I mentioned, we have 5 specialty restaurants. We have amazing wellness center over water. We have kids club. We have jacuzzi, we have your salt water, we have a freshwater pool. So it's a beautiful concept as such. So that's a map of the island. So we have the arrival jetty, we have the main island with beach villas, earth villas with pool facing the sunset, and the ones without the pool faces the sunrise. I'm sorry. And we have an up island which is connected by a wooden bridge, accessible by buggies and bicycles. We have your all-day fine dining restaurant. It's called the Palms, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Again, the beauty is that, especially during the pandemic, people say that, like, buffets are, it's not the safest way you dine. So we never have a concept of a buffet in Ozen. So that's again a luxury. So no luxury customers would like to go pick food from buffet, right? No. So all my main courses are either a live station or an a la carte during any time of the meal. So that's the beauty of, again, Ozen's offering. We have a wellness center, we have a kids club, we have a water spa, and right opposite is water, two specialty restaurants. We call it the Traditions, Indoor Saloon and Peking, open for dinner and unlimited time experience during the stay. So ऐसा नहीं कि आप 4 रात रुके and we give you one experience in the water restaurant for Indian food. No, आपको 4 रात dinner उधर करना, तो absolutely guests are welcome to do that, and it is included in the indulgence plan. We have the water villas. We have the underwater restaurant right in end of the pier. We have water 3-bedroom villa, the residence we call it. Yeah, moving on to the indulgence plan. So the plan what we extend in Ozen by Atmosphere is the indulgence plan. So your all-day fine dining restaurant, which is the Palms, open for breakfast, lunch, dinner. The Traditions, Indo Ceylon Peking, your underwater restaurant, your Raw, which is open for lunch. Everything is part of the plan. And the beauty is, again, being luxury, like, one doesn't have to wake up early to catch up for a breakfast. If in case they don't feel like getting out of the villas by 11, you can always go to my bar, which is Joy the World, which is open from 11 till 11 to midnight. Serves pizzas, salads, and short bites. So any time of the day when the main restaurants are closed after breakfast or after lunch, the guests can go and dine at Joy the World. So that's the beauty, right? You don't have to starve at some time, saying that I missed my breakfast or missed my lunch. So that's again a luxury touch to the indulgence plan. Great. From the beverages perspective, one of the most premium spirits you would find being included in the plan is the Atmosphere Indulgence Plan. So over here at the Palms, like the specialty restaurants, even the underwater restaurant, whatever the guests consume during the dining, it's all part of the indulgence plan. Even your in-villa bar is stocked with beer, soft drinks, wine. Even the time, like I mentioned, if the guest stays for an water with pool or beach villa with pool, 2 bottles of spirit is given. And the choices in the list are just mind-boggling. You name the best of best single malts, 80 labels of wine. Um, we have a Ginison, which is a dedicated gin bar, which is serving 25 different varieties of gin. So everything is part of the indulgence plan again. Again, from the activities perspective, you have your sunset fishing cruise, stargazing. We also have a submarine where one could experience. Of course, it's at an additional charge, but there is a facility, and it is just beautiful. And when I actually did a submarine, I could. There were like good dozen of dolphins which was chasing the submarine. So it's a beautiful lagoon what we have in Ozen by Atmosphere. And a spa is part of the plan. Kids club is also included in the indulgence plan. Additional services like I mentioned about the underwater restaurant. मालदीव में आप जाकर कोई भी रिजॉर्ट में अंडर वाटर रेस्टोरेंट में एक्सपीरियंस करना है आपको $250 to $300 per person is what they charge. But for us, when the guest stays for 4 nights, it is included in the indulgence plan and part of an experience. So that's a beautiful. It's a set course of menu. You want to have a romantic candlelight, romantic dinner in an underwater restaurant, or you want to have a lunch. Absolutely, it's part of the plan. And if the time there are kids, then we allow them to dine in the underwater restaurant on a Monday or a Thursday for lunch. So please be cautious when you book with kids to cover one of the days and if you're staying for 4 nights as such. A spa for 4 nights and stay and above is also part of the indulgence plan, and we give 60 minutes per person. So isn't it great? So that's few aerial view of Madhu Island. So the one which you can see on the leftmost, of course, you can't see the underwater restaurant. That's where the underwater M6M -6 meter is where the restaurant is located. The wind villas are so pretty, and you can see the lagoon. One of the beauties again is that Uzen at Madhu as a beautiful lagoon. One could actually walk into the reef, walk into the lagoon for 800 meters before they come to the reef. So इतना आपको चिंता नहीं करना है, like, I'm not a good swimmer, you can enjoy the swim at the lagoon, or you can have a good walk as well. So that's the hub island which I was explaining about, where the palms, all day fine dining restaurant, your kids club, wellness center is all located. And this is your water restaurant, which is indoor saloon and peaking, and of course that's your main island as well. Few pictures of aerial view of Madhu Island. That's your arrival jetty. It's just beautiful. In the evening you can have a stroll, you can have a walk. It's just like amazing feel, right? And what better place to enjoy your sunset? That's your arrival area. This is beautiful earth villas with pool facing the sunset, and you can see the lagoon, right? Isn't it pretty? And of course, colorful, very contemporary, with a very authentic wooden ceiling, with classic, I always say it's a classic wooden fan. We have your mini bar, we have a coffee machine, and being a luxury is slightly a different experience. It's a closed bath area in the beach villas in Ozen. That's your earth villa with pool, and the pools are not a small plunge pool, it's a lap pool, right? So that's again a luxury touch which we have got into it. And as we speak, we have a lot of two families clubbing together. I have grown-up kids. What do I do? This is the best option one could offer in Maldives. Earth pool pavilion with 2 bedroom suite. You have a living area, your master bed, you have an attached bath, and the concept of this is just like beautiful. We have a interconnecting room, okay, separate bath area for the kids, and we also have separate entrance. So that means that guests who are in the master bedroom doesn't get disturbed. They have their own complete privacy, and it's queen bed. It's not a it's an adult could easily fit into the kids bedroom, and you have a separate entrance, you have a television, you have an attached bath as well. And those are the wind villas. It's an 8 meter lap pool. So like I mentioned, it's not a plunge pool, just not in the earth category, but even in the wind category, there's overwater villas. Even the pool is a lap pool. That's interior view. We also have a glass bottom to the lagoon from the bedroom. We have your mini bar, we have your wine cellar over here. Yeah, your welcome fruit basket on arrival, and that's your day bed, which you could see. Quite a spacious bathtub and bath area. Romantic bubble bath for honeymooners, especially overlooking the horizon of the lagoon. And that's Ozen Residence, which is a 3 bedroom overwater villa. We had a famous celebrity who was staying with us sometime last year. Mandira Bedi was there with her family and with a little child. So she had a fabulous time here. That's Ozen residence living area. It's like massive, isn't it? We have an outdoor dining over here. We have a beautiful gym. We have a bar for itself. We have a nanny's room. We have a kitchen cabinet. Everything is part of the Ozen residence. It's just like beautiful. If some big family of 3 families with kids who want to go and stay, absolutely mind-boggling. We have guests who come and stay for a month or two at a stretch, not from India, but then I hope that you would be able to send some guests who can stay here for a good couple of weeks time. And that's Palms, which is an all-day fine dining restaurant. Like I mentioned, we don't have a concept of a buffet here. It's assisted menu with a live station, a la carte, and your starters and your desserts are there in the display for the guest. Open for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And every Friday we have a grand Indian Ocean theme night, which is again part of the plan. That's your traditions. Overwater restaurant, which is Indo Ceylon. So Indian Kanigale, just like perfect. In fact, I have to admit that like I had the best of the Indian food in Indo Ceylon over dinner, and it's unlimited experiences. That's speaking, which is also part of the overwater restaurant. So of course we Indians love Chinese also, right? At least the food. That's your -6 meters M6M, which is underwater restaurant open for lunch and dinner. Part of an experience the guest stays for 4 nights. So its value for money is in Ozen or any of my resorts is they're staying for 4 nights because um, underwater dining would cost like like I mentioned, 300 to $350, and a spa is added when the time they stay for 4 nights. So rather than spending so much and staying for 3 nights, it makes a lot of value to the plan and to the package if they stay for 4 nights minimum. It's a set course of menu, and it's just like mind-boggling cuisine what we extend there. That's Joy the World, which is a pool bar open from morning 9 till midnight, serving short bites, beverages, you name the best of the best drinks. Everything is part of the plan. There is Ginnison, which is a sundowner bar. 24 different varieties of gin are served at Ginnison and open during the evening. That's your Raw. It's open again for lunch. And that's your overwater spa, which is complimentary for 4 night stay. That's Elena Spa Wellness Center. You have your yoga activities, your sunset fishing cruise, excursion activities, snorkeling, unlimited experiences. Everything is part of the intelligence plan. That's your wellness center. Again, it's overwater. We have a tennis court too. So if you're a vivid sportsman, absolutely you can keep your fitness there. And all your non-motorized ones are also part of the plan. So those are a few pictures. And yeah, with weddings being a challenge elsewhere around the world, we have an option to have a bachelorette, you have a post-wedding party. Of course, weddings are always a challenge in Maldives when you want to have a customary and you can't have it registered. So please be cautious on that. But otherwise, we are open for activities as such. A short video of ozone by atmosphere at Mars for you. That's Ozen, and please, when you want to show any of my resorts, we have a 360 virtual tour available in Ozen, Kanifushi, Oblus, Waru. So you can actually show it to the guests how the resorts, how the islands, how the villas are, so that they don't have to be unsure about what they would expect. So that's something which you can always give it to them as an first-hand experience. So Ozen is truly five-star luxury. Every point, every moment, the time the guest lands till the time they depart, they find a luxury in it. So that's how we have designed our intelligence plan um, in Ozen. Great. Moving on to Waru by Atmosphere. I'm sure quite a lot of people have sold, quite a lot of people would have heard about Waru by Atmosphere. That's a new baby on board of Atmosphere Group. We opened up in last October 2019. And we had a successful operation. since the opening, and we had an amazing launch in India. Thank you all for the support. And uh, one of the reasons why I've seen a success story of Varu is the picture what you see. So the water villa category in Varu is 70% of 70%. So we Indians love to stay over water. One. Secondly is that mm, the price offer which we have seen from a beach villa to a over water villa, it's very narrow. So if the guest tends to stay for like a 1+2 nights or 2+1, as well as you offer 3 nights in water villa, so it's going to be like in a hassle-free one of shifting the villas. And secondly, like you're spending 3 days or 4 nights, uh, as well stay in a over water villa, right? So that's a key USP what Varu has for offering. And another beauty is that Varu by atmosphere is 40 minutes from Malé International Airport. So one is that you avoid the Malé pollution, the seaplane traffic, everything is avoided. So that's again a beauty of Varu by atmosphere. So Varu is a 5-star resort, 40 minutes by speedboat, having 108 villas, 4 restaurants, bars, kids club, excursion activities. Everything is included in the Varu plan. That's a water villa with pool. So I was explaining to you about 70% of my villas are over water villa, and that's possible because the pier which you saw as a water villa has three such piers. So that means like the picture which is taken now, what you see in the screen is quite a far distance. So इसका मतलब बहुत privacy मिलता है आपको एक, and from each other, because being an honeymooner you want to have a complete privacy. हो सकता है वारू by atmosphere, though that is good 70% of the inventory over water. This is a beach villa with pool. We have water villa with pool. It has an amazing deck area. It's bath. You have an open bath with privacy, like I mentioned, and the deck area is amazing. So you want to have a good evening coffee, have a sunset view, or if you're staying in the water villa with pool. Yeah, you don't have to go anywhere. You're just stuck in the villa. Absolutely have your own time. So that's the beauty of Varu by atmosphere. So please bear in mind when you're staying in Varu or Water Villa, we allow 2 adults plus 1 kid, the maximum. Yeah, if the adult could manage with the day bed, we give some exceptions depending on when they are coming and staying. So, but that's something which I would not suggest, because the comfortable, I mean, we always believe that when you go for a vacation, when you go to Maldives, you need to be comfortable where you stay. So 2 adults and a child is where we allow in Water Villa in Varu. So you have a direct access to the lagoon from the pool area, and it's amazing, right? That's a sunset view. And that's Majli Suite. We also have a family villa. We have family villa with pool, and we have Majli Suite, which is a good 2.5 bedroom, which a nanny's room. Amazing pool, right? It's a massive pool, and you have direct access from the living area to the beach. And of course, we also have a concept of pre-cooked food be served in Majli Suite if the guest prefers to have them. That's your main restaurant, Lime and Chili, open for your breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like I mentioned, we have 3 specialty restaurants in Varu. We have a Beruj, which you're seeing is it's a bar which is open from morning till midnight. We have a Maldivian restaurant. We have a Overwater restaurant, which is called Nu. It's all part of the experience again. So if the guest stays for 4 nights, they get 2 experience of the specialty restaurant and the choices of theirs as well. So the plan what we extend in Varu is Varu plan. It's an all-inclusive holiday plan with premium drinks, with a beautiful 40-minute speedboat ride, your villa experience, your dining experiences, your spa. If your guest is staying for 4 nights, each member gets a spa experience. We have amazing family villas with pool, without pool. And yeah, while we are speaking about Varu, I would also like to share. Many partners have asked me that you already had 2 villas who checked out from India, from Varu by atmosphere. So in fact, I was speaking to one of the guests who arrived back today from Varu, who stayed for just 4 nights. Right, it's a young couple who had a brilliant time, and what he has to share is that on arrival, that's on departure, they had to fill few forms, that is a bit tiring. But apart from that, everything is smooth. Let it be from on the arrival, let it be the transfers, let it be the stay, which shows so much social distancing being followed to the T. So they had an amazing time. And the most important thing, on the way back, uh, they didn't do a PCR test. Uh, I'm not sure how the regulations are followed, but they arrived into Cochin, and they didn't have to do a PCR test in Maldives. And on the way back, they didn't have to show it. But of course, they are self quarantined for a few days to keep the safety of others and their own family as such. So that's an experience what they shared with me today. So yeah, every state has a different policy now. So hopefully we will not require to have a PCR test be undertaken for guests who are returning from Maldives. And now that in Delhi and Mumbai, I'm sure they are the airport, they are offering the PCR test facility as well. So that's Varu by Atmosphere, a short video. That's one of my first Indian guest arrival in Varu. So it's a short footage which we took. It's like I mentioned, it's just 40 minutes. It's a very comfortable ride in the speedboat. We have the arrival jetty. We have a very warm welcome, very Maldivian. Of course, we will have actually doing a battalion to welcome, but because of social distancing, we are not doing that. That's a beautiful beach villas. That's your buggy ride. On to the villa. Water villas. That's one of the water piers. We have three water piers like that. So that's Varu by Atmosphere. Um, so like I mentioned, the price offers are very, very attractive. Varu is a five-star resort serving a premium drinks, premium dining options. We have gala nights on every Friday. Indian Ocean theme night is being followed. So everything is part of the Varu plan. Let it be your Christmas or a New Year or your Diwali celebration. Come stay with us. Absolutely, there is no charge, such charge. So guest pays one amount to you, and that's the final amount, right? There is no stress. It's just hassle free holiday. Great. Moving on to the last property in Atmosphere Group, which I'm presenting today, because we are fastest Indian Ocean growing brand, and we are launching a couple more resorts very soon. So for the day, Oblu Sangeli will be my last product which I'm be talking to you. Oblu Sangeli is again located north of Malé, just 15 minutes by speedboat, which has 137 villas, water villas, beach villas, and it's quite a beautiful, unique offering. The whole of the island itself is quite a unique. We have three restaurants, we have four bars, a kids club, we have a water slide. Not many resorts have the water slide in five-star entry level. So we have a water slide extended at Oblu Sangeli as well. It's kids friendly, and like I mentioned, we would not have a challenge with kids staying over water villa. It is always good to take a precaution and put a life jacket on them whenever they're staying, or keep a close eye on the kids movement. Great. So that's a island map. Let me take you to the next slide. So this is a real aerial view of Oblu Sangeli. So isn't it great? Like, you have a two island concept. You have some villas which is so private over here. We have your overwater villas right next to the reef. So that's the beauty of beauty of Oblu Sangeli. So this is the main island, okay, where your beach villas with pool, without pool, family villas, your all-day fine dining restaurant, the courtyard. We have your we have our kids club over here. Everything is in the main island, right? And the water pier is connected by a wooden bridge, accessed by bicycles and buggies. Okay, when you're riding, you got to go be careful, but baki sab kuch, so it's taken care when you're in the buggy. So we have a water pier with villas with pool and without pool, and you can see the dark water right next to the villas, right over here or over there. So that's a beauty. We have a house reef, so you don't have to really go far away for snorkeling, because um, you just come out of the villa, have your snorkeling fins, and you just dive into the water. And of course, like I mentioned, the snorkeling gears are all part of the plan. You can have it with you while staying, and then there's no additional cost at all. And in the hub island, okay, which is a adults only island, from morning 9 till midnight, sorry, till sunrise to sunset. So that's we call it a one banyan island. The concept is that उस island में एक banyan tree है, so इसलिए it's named as one banyan island. And it's adults only. We have a wellness center, we have 2 specialty restaurants. So आप पूछ सकते हो, like, you know, what if we have kids, can't we access the specialty restaurant? No, you can, but only for dinner. Okay. And we have this, you can see the 6 white dots. Those are the honeymoon water suite, quite a premium offering, the highest category in Oblu Sangeli as well. That's a beach villas. We also have a mini bar, which is replenished twice a day with soft drinks, beer, snacks. We have a fruit basket on arrival. We have a coffee mission. So it's like a good complete offering what we extend in Oblu Sangeli. That's a deluxe beach villa with pool, the bedroom view. It's again very authentic Maldivian style of bath area, which is open. And that's water villa's interior. You have a lagoon view from the bed. We have a day bed. So here the space is good, so we can actually accommodate a third person in the water villas very comfortably. And that's your bath area. So you also have, like I mentioned, 2 bottles of spirits during the stay. If you're staying in the either a beach villa with pool or a water villa with pool, your mini bar is also replenished twice. So that's the beauty of the Oblu Sangeli Serenity plan. That's your honeymoon water suite. That's your bedroom view. It's a beautiful romantic concept what we have in the honeymoon water suite. So as a honeymoon as a newly married couple, one would like to have a romantic evening, right? So you can actually see the sky from the bed. So press of button, you have a roof opening for the guests. So that's a beautiful concept what we have. It has an amazing bath tub. We have your honeymoon benefits extended, and this villa is strictly adults only. No kids are allowed. No triple occupancy. It's just like double occupancy. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose of honeymoon water suite. It has a beautiful crescent shape pool and 100% privacy from other villas. One, and since it's right next to an adults only island, which is one banyan island, the couple can have a good privacy. We have a spa there. We have 2 specialty restaurants. We have a direct check-in. Being honeymooners, we extend champagne. So everything is part of the Serenity plan. That's your one banyan pool, which is adults only, from sunrise to sunset, with 2 specialty restaurants, which is Just Veg and sorry, Simply Veg and Just Grill. That's your courtyard, which is an all-day fine dining restaurant, open for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And आप कोई भी time आप इधर dining करने के लिए जाएंगे, we don't even ask guest a villa number. We don't put a band to the guest. So that's a beauty. Like, you know, किधर भी जाओ, access, have a drink, just get out, enjoy the drink, and get up and, like, you know, go to the beach or whatever. So that's the beauty again. That's the Sang's main pool bar. There's a few menus, pictures I thought I'd put up from the menu. So we have a good choice of Indian food from the Simply Veg restaurant. And of course, Indian dishes are part of the buffet in the courtyard, which is all-day fine dining restaurant. And of course, the chefs are all, I mean, the executive chef is an Indian in Oblu Sangeli. So you don't have a problem with regards to the food. So we are very flexible. Only thing is, आप कोई veg है, pure veg है, तो आप बता दो. Then we will let the partners know in advance what we can extend as such, so that the guests are well informed prior in hand. That's diving in Sangeli. So like I mentioned, we have our own house reef. बहुत लोग अभी इंडिया से बहुत क्रेज होते हैं डीप सी डाइविंग के लिए, स्नॉर्कलिंग के लिए. So you don't have to go anywhere. We have beautiful, amazing house reef. So Oblu Elengeli has the best reef in the 4-star category, and 5-star entry level Oblu Sangeli also has a beautiful reef to offer. So I was explaining about the Serenity plan. So in Serenity plan, the dining experience at the courtyard is part of the plan for every 3 nights. So for the first 3 nights, you have one experience either in a Just Grill restaurant or in a Simply Veg. एंड आप 4 रात रुकेंगे तो आपको 2 एक्सपीरियंस मिल जाएगा to dine in each of the restaurants as such. And every Friday night we have an Indian Ocean Gala theme night dinner, which is again part of the plan. Your sunset fishing cruise, neighboring island visit is all part of the plan as well. And of course, your DJs play thrice a week. Currently, the island visits have been stopped because of the pandemic. But otherwise, on a normal day, we generally give the island visits too. Your kids club, your complimentary non-motorized sports, your in-villa bar, unlimited signature of cocktails, mocktails. एक partner ने पूछा like Vignesh, you're talking so much of beverage, right? If what if I don't consume alcohol, for example, मैं एक mocktail ही पीता रहूंगा, आइसक्रीम ही खाता रहूंगा, जूस. अरे यार उसके लिए भी तो $10 तो लगता है per drink, right? It's expensive. Maldives is expensive in that case because everything is imported there. So that's the beauty, right? It's just not about alcohol. No, no, definitely no. It is about the food. It is about the beverages. It's about the experience. It's about the activities, spa, kids club. Everything is taken into consideration. So it's just not spirit. So even if one doesn't consume alcohol, it is definitely value for money. Actually speaking, actually the secret is that if you consume alcohol and if you're not consuming fresh juices or juices, it's cost effective because being a tropical island, there is only coconut trees and marine life available in the islands or in all across Maldives majorly. A short video on Oblu Sangeri. That's a water view. So you can see the reef right next to the villa, just like a couple of steps, and then you get to enjoy a beautiful house reef. So every villa has an umbrella to offer because if it's summer, it could be really hot. That's your honeymoon water suite, 6 units, quite a good privacy. Your arrival area. We have a in-house PADI certified divers. So we have beautiful snorkeling, scuba diving menu available. That's a pathway, quite green, and it's been just 2 years, and the resort is like so matured and offering what we extend. That's courtyard. We have 3 wings in courtyard, so there's a good spread of menu. That's again, like mentioned, it's adults only, island one banyan. Those are the deluxe beach villas. You have your family villas. Even here, your concept is interconnecting with separate bath area. Your honeymoon water suite. It's couples only. No plus one, no plus twos. So snorkeling, if guests are vivid divers, they could do 2 snorkeling trips a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, at no additional charges, of course. Everything is part of the plan at Hotels and Gate. And we also have, like I mentioned, we have a 360 degree page which is available for the guests to showcase to the partners as such. So that's a quick wrap of the remaining 3 parts of the uh, atmosphere portfolio. Before Tarang comes into the picture, I would also like to just give a couple more very key points from the presentation. Is that all across atmosphere group, very simple concept. It's one plan, guest pays one amount to you, and that's the final amount. No surprises, no shocks, no bliss, just bliss when they stay with us because everything is taken care from the time they arrive till the time they board a flight back to India. Sab kuch part of the plan. So your speedboat transfers, or let it be a seaplane transfers, a lounge at the seaplane terminal, and if the guest is staying in Ozen, you have a lounge too. You have a luxury speedboat, your villa accommodation, your specialty restaurants, your beverages, all premium beverages, unlimited. Your in villa bar, your sunset fishing cruise, your neighboring island visit, your spas, underwater restaurant experience, everything is part of the plan. So that's Atmosphere Group for you, with 6 resort in Maldives. And we are so happy to see a great traction from India. Thank you all for the partnership which you have extended, and I hope things fall in place very soon, so that we can get back to normal life, and of course start a new whole business partnership with you all. Thank you. Tarang, over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Vignesh, for this lovely presentation about the rest of the properties of Atmosphere Hotels and Resorts Group. I hope the audience also loved it, and all the beautiful videos that we show and all the interesting things we got to know about the property. Well, now is the time that we move forward to a couple of questions that the audience might have from today's presentation. So, Vignesh, first of all, I would just request you to stop share the screen so that the audience can see you and
Yes.
ask all the questions that they want. So audience, this is your cue. Start posting all the questions that you have in the live chat right now, and we'll be happy to take them up as per your convenience. So start posting your questions while we take up the first question, which we have already received while Vignesh here was presenting. Okay, so this question is about the underwater restaurant that we talked about in the very beginning of the presentation. So this question is: can outside guests from other resorts are allowed to dine in at the underwater restaurant?
Okay, so I expected this question. We would love to have a guest staying with in Ozen and dining, but for some of the reason, if the guest is staying in elsewhere, and hopefully it's in one of the Atmosphere Group, they could dine with a prior reservation. It is only permitted for lunch. They can come. They need to pay, I think, good $350 plus per person for a dining. So we could do that on a normal day. But now with the current situation, we don't do that for the safety purpose, because if you're staying elsewhere and if you're commuting and going back, we don't want
Right.
that to be. But once the normalcy returns, yes, there is a possibility by paying $350 plus per person to dine on only for lunch.
Okay, awesome. I believe that answers the question. Moving on to the next question. The next question is about the open shower concept that is no roof. That's a very specific question, although, but in any of the resorts, similar like we have in Paradise Island in Maldives.
Okay, so can you clarify the question, Tarang? Is it that they are looking at an open bath area, or what is that? Because as a Maldives as a destination, it is a theme. What they offer in beach villas is a open bath area. So that's a general theme which is available in most of the resorts.
Okay,
But Ozen being a slight difference, being a luxury,
okay,
the even on the beach category, the bath area is closed. But yes,
okay,
otherwise in the beach area the bath is open, but on the over water, of course, it's closed.
okay, perfect. I
Again,
believe
just to
that,
clarify, it's when you say if it's open, if it rains, you have a roof, you have a shelter.
right,
Absolutely, you don't have to necessarily get wet and have a bath. No.
right. Perfect. I believe that was the question all about. But viewer is it's Abdul from Brilliance Mice. So if you would want to, want us to take this question up once again with a bit more clarity, you can just repost the question, and we'll be happy to take that up. Moving on to the next question. Okay, so this question is from Serendipity Leisure Travels, and they are one of our regular viewers. And the question is, how do we decide which five-star property to recommend to our guests? Right, since all of these properties that we explored are luxurious properties, and so which to recommend? How can one decide? If you could probably give some uh, core differentiation points so that the agents can understand that which property to recommend which type of client.
That's a brilliant question, actually. Thank you for posting that question. So yes, it's sometimes it's difficult having 6 resorts under Atmosphere, which resort to post to which customer, right? So it is
Right.
also mandatory to for you as partners to understand what is the request from the client. First and foremost would be my question. Generally, what I would ask to any partner is that, is the guest looking for a seaplane or a speedboat? So let's say among my resorts, we have three five-star resorts, right? Your atmospheric kind of fishing, your Waruba atmosphere, your Oblu Sangeli. So out of the three, if someone says like, okay, no, I want a speedboat, that means that atmosphere kind of fish is out of the competition. So then I ask them, are you looking for a good reef? Are you looking for a good water villa or a good lagoon? The time they say it is going to be, I'm a vivid snorkeler or scuba diving बहुत पसंद आता मुझे, then मैं सीधा बोल लेता हूँ आप Oblu Sangeli please choose, because it's a beautiful 5 star with its own house reef. And of course again, if they're a pure vegetarian, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग इंडिया से अभी pure vegetarian मांगते हैं, and like I mentioned in the last session, if it is Jain or Gujarati or Mawadi who wants
Right.
pure vegetarian, then they can go to Atmospheric Kanifishi, which is a seaplane resort, having the first vegetarian restaurant in Pura Maldives mein ek, and open
Okay.
for lunch and dinner, unlimited experience. So that's how you filter down the resorts as such. But the offering wise, let the food or the drinks, everything is on par. At least Oblu Sangeli and Varu are both are on par. Atmospheric conditions should be slightly a notch above because of the inclusions what we have included, because the seaplanes, the dining options, because we have a overwater seafood restaurant, we have three specialty
Right.
restaurants. So that's how we narrow down. But आपको इतना याद रखने के लिए मुश्किल है तो it's just a WhatsApp away. I am available and I'll be more than happy to explain.
Perfect, perfect. I believe that answers the question very, effectively, and the audience might now have a better idea, of how to distinguish. And I think, not just specific to Maldives as a destination, that can actually work for in general as well. That's a brilliant sales technique to probably, recommend what kind of a property or what kind of a destination the customer is looking for. And I'm sure the audience must have noted that down very carefully. Moving on to the next question. Okay, this question is about the freebies part, right? As we have elaborately discussed in both the parts of the presentation, that it's one plan and that's it you have to pay, right? So in terms of freebies, now when we're talking about one plan and that's it, I believe freebies is not the right term to probably describe that. But I guess the question is more of, what are the honeymooners inclusions primarily, and if you could probably give some information about that.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like, the concept of Maldives was honeymoon as paradise. And most of the guests who used to be visiting or who will be visiting are the newly married ones. So we definitely make it a special moment for them. So the time the guest stays for 4 nights minimum, okay, in any of my resorts, we extend a candlelight dinner, we extend a bubble bath, we do a small cake, we do anniversaries. It's just not honeymooners. We do anniversaries in all my resorts. We do celebrate birthdays with a cake, with the resort team getting together in the villa, giving them a surprise. We also we share a momentum with them when they are checking out. So all those things are part of the plan. So yes, if you call it a freebie, it's all included in the
Right.
plan as such. So absolutely, we do take care, just not for the honeymooners. We also do celebrations like birthdays, anniversaries. Of course, yes. Just let us know in advance, please.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I believe that actually gave some clarity. This is one very important part that we've been discussing in both the presentation, which Vignesh, explained once again. That is one plan, and that's it. That is all the customer is paying, and everything that you have to experience over there at the property is included in that. There are certain things but majority of the things are covered. That is the only amount that the customer has to pay. And that's something that makes Atmosphere Group very special, and that is why we are here to present you them, to explore that property. Well, before we proceed forward, I would just like to quickly announce that the Atmosphere quiz is now live, and the link is right in the live chat for everyone. So those of you who want to participate can click that link and start answering the questions about Atmosphere Group. Those of you who are watching it via the TravClan's application or website, it's time for you to scroll down on the screen, and there is a tab which says click here to participate, and that will redirect you towards the quiz. So all the best, everyone. Participate in the quiz, and we'll be announcing the winners after the Q&A session. Thank you. Uh, Vignesh, we'll be moving on to the next question.
Sure.
Okay. Right. Okay. This question is more towards the business side of it. Apart from the experience, it is more relevant for the travel agents who are watching. So, what is the tentative, price difference? Right. If you could probably just give us an idea. Not, we are not expecting like exact number, but yes, a tentative idea. What's the lower range? What's the, the highest range? And what kind of hierarchy will you put in terms of price, just the price
Right.
of all the properties that we discussed?
Okay. So I was expecting that question to come up. So like we discussed about the commercial in the first session, so it's just not price. It is also plan what we offer to the guest. So I always
Right.
say battles are not won with love lost, right? So it's not that one could actually win a file or a booking on a price only. It is also the plan what we offer. That's having said that, we have a very, very competitive price prior to the pre-COVID and post-COVID, right? So now we
Okay.
have made all our transfers complimentary. Let it be the seaplane, let it be the speedboat. We have made the
Okay.
plan complimentary, including the transfers. That's the major chunk of the business because good 15 to 20% of the money used to be the transfers. So a seaplane in Kanifushi would charge a person for $500. So that's something which is we have made it complimentary. It's quite attractive. On that note, ozone by atmosphere would be, rather than quoting a price, I would say um, it's on the topmost, and then followed by atmospheric Kanifushi. There will be a good difference of like 20 to 30%, or maybe slightly more. And between Kanifushi, Oblu Sangeli, and Varu, there could be a 10% gap in the price range from
Okay.
Kanifushi and Oblu Sangeli and Varu, because Kanifushi being a seaplane and Varu and Sangeli being a speedboat, of course, the cost drastically comes down, though we
Okay.
made this offer a complimentary. So that's going to be Kanifushi Ozan here, Kanifushi here, and we have two of the resorts, Oblu, Sangeli, and Varu, parallel, very similar on the price front. And of course, Oblu Elengli, which is a 4-star superior, very, very competitive in the price offering with most of the resorts, which is quite famous in India. Having said that, we are the only 4-star superior property having a very price competitive price and extending a spa for a 4-night stay. So
Okay.
yes, and of course, on that note, I would just like to add on the price front, please contact the DMC partners in India. They have the best contracted price offers of Atmospheric Group, and also we protect you with a very good margin as a travel partners.
Perfect, perfect. That was a very, elaborate explanation about, how the hierarchy of all the properties lie, and that can actually help the travel agents probably, pitch the property to the type of
Right.
client that fits the budget, right? That's I guess the concluding question for today's session. I think we've taken up almost all the questions that the audience had. So, audience, if you have any more questions, please keep posting. We'll be happy to take them up. If there are any more questions left, we'll be happy to take them up. Okay. Just want to clarify one thing. I'm not
Sure.
sure whether we discussed this or not. About 24 hours airport transfer is it's available, right? Just
So
confirming.
yeah, it's again depending on the resort. Like for Ozen,
Okay.
uh, we do have a 24 hours transfer, absolutely no
Okay.
problem. Because the last flight lands in Malé International Airport at like 10ish, the Singapore Airlines. So we used to we offer transfers over there 24 hours one. But when it comes to other resorts, of course we have a scheduled transfer timings. Not scheduled, I would say it's on the guest request. But then, for example, a seaplane for Atmospheric Kanifushi, the first departure is around 5:30 in the morning, 5:36ish in the morning is the first departure. So if you have a flight at 8:30, no, don't give that option as such. So give them a midnight,
Right.
mid noon option as a transfer. So yeah, so it depends on the resort to resort. just check with us, check with the partners, check with me, what schedule, what flights they are taking, and accordingly I can recommend the resorts too.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, actually, that brings us to the end of the Q&A session as well. Uh, we have taken up almost all the questions, all the relevant questions that the audience had asked. Now, I have a question for you,
Sure.
and that question is primarily, what is your, if you have to like pick top two, I said, I guess. Yes, top two will be appropriate. So, out of the entire portfolio that we discussed in these two sessions, uh, what are your top two picks of Atmosphere Group?
The most difficult question in both the sessions, Tarang.
Right.
So that's an interesting question. Actually, it's very difficult to do that, but then I would actually give it in a few sentence an explanation. So anyone
Okay.
looks at a luxury, it's very simple. It's Ozen, because that's going to be Ozen collection is going to be my most luxurious property, right? So
Right.
that's one set of portfolio. When it comes to a 5 star, I would actually, if it's a seaplane, it's like it's hands down, it's atmospheric kind of fishy. And if it's a speedboat, if you want to pick two, Oblus Hungary and Varo is both a very good competition between each, offering house reef. One has a beautiful lagoon, so you have
Okay.
both the different option. And again, when it comes to Oblu Elengeli, which is a 4 star superior, that's a only one 4 star superior we have. It has it again takes it hands down when you someone wants to have a beautiful house reef as such. So I would
Right.
actually pick all my resorts.
No, but you still have to actually answer the question. So let's just take the fact that let's just ask you, that is Vignesh Mohan and not Vignesh Mohan, the senior sales manager at Atmosphere. Just you. What are your preferences? I'm not very sure whether you have visited all the properties or not, but if you have a specific preference, you can answer one as well. Just to be politically correct, if that's your concern.
If I have to choose, I would
The best one.
I would say two resorts. Okay, you need to give
Just
me
just
that
say the
liberty.
expensive one.
I must say the expensive one. Yeah, yeah. So let's
That
go
will
with
save.
Tarang's choice. Let's choose Ozen by Atmosphere with an underwater. I mean, why not?
Right,
It's a great option, right? You have an underwater
right,
experience there. So let's
right.
stick to Ozen so that I don't have much competition among the others.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And I guess that will help us, sell the property better as well. You're recommended the property, the highest price. Perfect. I believe that brings us to the end of today's session. Okay, there is one question
Mhm.
which we just received from Dabu Shona. The question is, okay, honeymoon villas at Oblu. All villas have infinity pool attached.
Okay, yes, the picture which you saw, it has the
Mhm.
same resemblance to all the 6 units. So all 6 units has an infinity pool, crescent shape, with no block to the view. So it has complete privacy. All 6 units very identical with a butler service.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I believe that answers the question. And that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, Vignesh, for your time in both the sessions. And the response from audience in the last session, as well as in this one, was very overwhelming. And I'm sure the audience liked today's session as well. So, audience, if you like today's session, please hit the like button right now. Uh, and we'll be satisfied with that response. Okay, just to interrupt that proceeding, there is another question which is important. That is about the medical facilities. Um, I believe we have taken up this question for the other properties, but I think it is important if you could probably shed some light on today's properties as well.
Okay, so yeah, it's a very important point at this current juncture. So we have all the resorts in of Atmosphere Group, just not the today's session, even the previous one. We have an in-house doctor. We have
Okay.
medical facilities very close to, for example, Kanifushi. And when it comes to other resorts, Mali is just like 40 minutes boat ride. So we have medical facilities in the neighboring island. We have medical facilities available in the Malay city, and we have an in-house doctor for any emergencies. And on that note, PCR tests are undertaken in the resort, so guest doesn't have to go anywhere. And we charge one of the lowest charges by most of the Maldivian resorts is atmospheric group. So one could have a PCR test before flying back. So yes, we do have an in-house doctor, qualified doctor to take care of the emergencies, if any.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I believe, and just for everyone's clarity, what is the average response time in case of a, some kind of an emergency is there with respect to, a senior citizen client or probably uh, God forbid that happens, but any accidents or something of that sort.
So, I mean, like I mentioned, it's just like I would say a couple of minutes because having an in-house doctor and we have qualified people who to take care of the emergencies. So it's just like a
Okay.
couple of minutes because we can't delay anything. I mean, we
Right.
can't. We have boats always available in the resort, right? So we can always take them to the
Okay.
Malay
Yeah.
hospital or. But first aid emergencies are available very much in the resort. We have a clinic also because we have a good staff strength, right? We need to have a doctor in house. So yes, so it's just like a couple of minutes.
Okay. Perfect. 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 I believe that is finally the end of the Q&A session, and we've taken up almost all the questions now. So, yes, moving on. I'd like to quickly announce the winners for today's quiz. Today, we are picking up top 7 lucky winners who will get interesting vouchers from TravClan and Atmosphere. So, I'll be announcing the winners, those winners now. So, the top 7 lucky winners for from today's quiz are it's Avish, Shilpa Shah, Sneha, Gaurav Jain, Parv Tours and Travels, Aman, uh, Deepak Kumar Kasodhan. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much for participating in today's quiz. And you were the first one to answer all the questions correctly. So, congratulations on that. The vouchers information will be mailed to you on your respective email IDs. Well, Vignesh, that brings us to the end of this session. Thank you so much for your time and for being present with us in the last session as well as in this one and answering all the questions enthusiastically. I hope you enjoyed this session as much as we did, as much as the entire audience did. And in the end, would you like to address the audience and say something, some concluding remarks, please?
Thank you very much for thank you for that, Tarang. It's been a great 2 sessions being in the TravClan platform and speaking to our mutual partners across India. And it's been a great feedback from the first session. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of WhatsApp messages once we end the second session. So I would like to always tell our partners, let's stay strong. It's the darkest phase of our few decades, and especially to our industry. So let's all sail together, and you can always count on Atmosphere Group, on Vignesh, and let's make this happening. And I'm sure it.
On
I'm sorry, and I'm sure
sorry,
it's
sorry.
going to
Please
be.
continue.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a great year ahead. Things are falling in place. It's only that we need to be very cautious. We need to be very precaution wherever we move, whatever we do. But I can assure you, we at the Atmosphere Group, once the guests land till the time they depart, everything is taken care to
Mm-hmm.
utmost safety. And
Mm-hmm.
from partners' perspective, we are very partner-driven organization. So you can always vouch on our support. And yeah, if there be any, just a WhatsApp away. I mean, I'm sure Tarang and the TravClan team is there to assist, and you can always
Definitely.
get in touch with me too. And of course, I'm sure Tarang, you would be sharing my coordinates with the viewers.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for taking a Friday evening, just not 1 hour, 2 hours of your precious time,
Right.
and yeah, viewing our session. Yeah, thank you for that,
Perfect.
Tarang, and everyone.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, participant, for participating in today's session with so much enthusiasm. I hope to see you in our upcoming webinars as well. If you like today's session, consider liking this video because that will support our work that we are trying to, reach to maximum number of travel agents out there and to give them the support and knowledge that we are imparting over here. Also, consider subscribing to TravClan's channel because subscribing will ensure that you receive a notification 30 minutes prior to the time where we go live, right? And obviously, every time we post a video, you'll get an update for that as well. that brings us to the end. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope to see you in our upcoming webinars on Monday. We are exploring the beautiful destination of Greece, and in the upcoming sessions, we also have Switzerland planned for you. So, hope to see you in our upcoming webinars. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care, stay safe, and bye bye.